Well, that's probably once again enough stalling. Time to actually video games. Now, we got as far as day 3. We literally got 1 hour into day 3. And depending on how you count, you can say there are 5 days, but there's also day 4 and day 7, which are...
Looks like we stirred up the hornet's nest.
Yes,
The corps are aware of our
we
presence.
saw this. So yeah, technically the actual, like, the last day of the campaign is actually day 7. But day 4 and day 7 are different. Technically there's only 5 actual gameplay days. Now, 1 second. Right. So, previously, we successfully stole a fuck ton of money, and we invested a lot of it. And now our numbers are big, and was there a thing? Oh right, I think it was a distributed. Yeah,
right now, so
never
don't
mind.
make me regret it.
Our numbers are high. We got Prism up to max anarchy, which is always something we can respect. As for what to hit next, though, I mean, I could do another combo of Chief Financial and Vault, but I'm honestly not really feeling that. We got the nanofab vestibules, but we're going to have to steal credits on the way there again. Still haven't seen a cybernetics lab, which I was kind of holding out for. I'm tempted to do a security dispatch, but that's a ways away. So, all told, our options are once again resoundingly not great. I think let's do the security dispatch.
This is a regional security office, so expect hardened resistance. High-level security operatives may have specialized gear that we can repurpose.
So yeah, I think this is a new one for this stream. Security dispatch. It has a single high-value item in a locker.
I back up your memories when you enter the beam. They don't take up much space.
And we're gonna steal it. It's usually more likely to be a good item than anything we'd find in a nanofab, which I guess is supposed to balance out the fact that there is only one of them. But hey, we've gone up to security level 4. So we're going to start seeing a lot more of the interesting guards. Let's call them. At least whenever this finally loads. Huh. 3 doors. Oh, this is likely not to be great. Is that more data banks? I'll be damned.
Interesting. They have a lot of on-site data banks here. Might be worth a search.
Well, this is just spectacular, isn't it? They are just ordinary security guys, but they are level 2 armoured, which means we are never going to be able to violence them. And they might be inordinately problematic. See, we do have 2 AP to get behind this thing, so Ugh. Oh, and you're stationary. And you're patrolling right in here. Well, shit. We might have to immediately break out some funny business to actually get in there, and I have no idea what's beyond there. But, yeah, I'm not seeing a whole lot of options. And of course someone else might be able to run in here and mess everything up. So hey, we might be we might have a very early failure on the cards. And hey, this thing's firewall all to hell. Now that guy's going to patrol in here. He's not going to see us. We probably want to go at getting Prism out. If he patrols in here and we run in there next turn, we could actually make it all the way to the console and pickpocket both of them. But then everything else will hinge on what's actually in here, and this could all go very wrong very quickly. And I don't like it. Likewise, somebody could come through that door and mess everything up, but we need to get Prism out of that room. Hiding behind here won't be good enough. I think it's inopportune for the turn count, but I think we're actually going to finish this turn hiding back here. Just in case somebody wants to get irritating with that door, because that's really going to mess things up. Yeah, I just want to say that I hate this. Okay, good. Now, just to be absolutely sure, your path gonna take you back to that spot. Oh boy, oh boy. Might be able to magnificently stall for, oh no, we can't do the sprinting gambit because I went straight to observation. Okay, well, this might necessitate some very quick use of the cloak to get out of this, but first things first. Oh, I really thought he'd noticed that. Oh, wow. Well, you know what? Maybe we can just use that cloak. Now this will... Right, so we should be able to do... Yeah. Diagonal movement in this game, by the way, is weird and slightly irritating to try and predict, but it alternates between costing 1 and costing 2. Well, it costs 2 to move to this square, but it costs 4 to move to that square. So we should be good. And
I'm sending you a worm virus. Install it at the terminal, and it'll stream data back to us.
we're once again absolutely laden with consoles out here, so yeah, we're gonna need to find things to hack. Ugh. Well, I guess we found one. And even that's just only actually used one power because of refraction chamber. Well, at least we know where the other one is. Right, well, let's dick around here for 3 turns, wasting all my good rapier uses.
From that sample data packet, traces of invisible came up. If we've got time, wiping us from all these drives might be a wise choice. We may even recover some of our
double-check
stolen archives.
Around here, just in case there's like a... yeah. Oh, that was linked to 2 things. I remember there was a drone, but it seems more trouble than it's worth to antagonize the drone right now. Yeah. I mean, we're not going to be coming back in here. There's, like, nothing else down here. Might as well. I did alternately consider, for my power program, going with Seed. And Seed is a weird program to use, because it doesn't actually give you any power, but it does give you the first program every turn costs 4 less than it would, which is very significant. It basically means you get 1 more or less free program per turn, at the cost of no, like, long-term ability to generate and then bank power. And it would have been an interesting prospect with this, because with Rapier, as time goes on, it would mean that we gradually increase
That's too clean.
our power usage. So Seed starts becoming more and more of a thing, and early on then Seed isn't really much of a concern because our Rapier is so cheap and we've got consoles. Now, do I burn a cloak to get Internash out of there now? Because I could do that. And she is holding 2 charge packs, and the often forgotten extra use of charge packs is that you can use them to nullify the cooldown on one of your items. But I think we're just going to scout the rest of this stuff the slightly old-fashioned way. Nobody's come through here, so... And hey, a bounty of things to hack. Even gonna use dagger on this power supply. And hacking this camera will give us eyes on the whole room anyway. And hey, there's another camera over here, which is, I guess, is gonna power on next turn. Alright. Browse to hackertyper.net. Ugh. 1 power long in my position. I'm gonna have a time getting out of here. But we should just about be able to manage, I think. Can we... Yeah, why not? There's probably nothing in there. But you never know with these corners. Nothing else for her to do? Nope.
Alarm level 1. Additional cameras activated. Don't let them see you.
We can additionally stall this guy a bit since he's apparently not looking at that door, but we're going to have to do many irritating diagonals here anyway. That's a very bad path to take. This is why I don't like the auto-pathing in this game. I want to be able to like try to plot a specific path and see if we have the AP for it. But we're just going to have to commit to this. Like, let's just also stall him while we're back here. Very fun fact about guards in Invisible Ink. With one very specific exception, they do not rotate. They just kind of phase immediately to looking directly wherever they're going. At least I really hope that's actually the case, because it's going to be a bit annoying. If it isn't, let's just finally scout the rest of this room while we're here. Hey, how do we miss that? Right. If Internash gets seen, she will have to cloak to escape.
Investigating area. Guess it was nothing.
Right, let's finally see what's behind door number 3. Right, I know there's a drone in here. This... If the drone was here, we'd scan it. I want to say that's a camera. Oh no, that was a drone. Okay, well... Right then. Well, we are not going to be able to hide from that. So we might have to hack it. We'll hack that as well. And we'll get the drone to scout out the rest of this room. Which, yep. Little foreknowledge saves a little bit of time, I guess. And we'll come back to that when we have our refraction chamber back. And I guess once we've hit up these consoles. Speaking of Prism, we've got a lot of scouting AP. Okay, that's a camera. Now, I imagine, just based on general foreknowledge and, knowing how this game be, this is probably the security office we're looking for. It tends to have a triple width laser panel outside, and a level 1 passcard door, which is one of the few times when the game is actually going to require us to have a passcard. We have... well, we don't have Daggerback yet. I'll use that for that camera. And you... ugh, annoying. Everyone's armoured now. Well, I mean, the gist of this seems pretty obvious, but I'm just trying to figure out what else we're going to do. Seems appropriate to clear all this space out ahead of time and then make our way down here, because if the objective and the elevator are both right there, then that's that. Hey. What? Oh right, yes. There was a guard there. Okay.
Good, that's all of them. Grab that disk of recovered data. Even though we just got it back, it might be prudent to find someone willing to trade it for some credit.
See, I told you I would entertainingly fuck up. Now, the good news is... oof. Will that work? Tell me that will work. I guess this is going to be one of those exciting times when we find out the very in-depth mechanics of how something works. Under time of extreme stress. I guess the actual good news is that we can kind of finagle this a bit. But we're going to have to do some cloaking bullshit to get out of this. And the level 1 cloak only lasts 4 tiles, or rather it says that the cloak will break after 4 tiles. It only maintains its effect for 4 tiles. So what happens when we move 1, 2, 3, and then we try and do this diagonal? If we uncloak in this space, we're fine, because this guy is not in Overwatch, he's not tracking us. These 2 guys are, and they're about to become a bit of a thorn in my side. But,
Damn it, they got away.
we're gonna lose them. And we can additionally
Investigating.
mess with all of these guys. Well, I can't help but notice that we're still cloaked. Could it possibly have counted this as 1 tile of movement? Well, we're about to discover many fascinating things about how this game works, I'll wager. Now, for a small exploit, I mentioned before that guards kind of cheat at knowing things about what's going on with doors. So guards tend to get jumpy when the doors open and close unexpectedly in their presence. So normally we'd expect if we close a door and it's in a guard's cone of vision, then the guard will be like, hey, what was that? But if the drone closes the door... Actually, let's move the drone out. So if one eye's around here, I mean, we're gonna lose it next turn. But anyway, if the drone closes the door, the guards will never become curious, even when there's absolutely no good reason for them to know that the drone was the one that closed the door. Little quirks. Anyway, let's get this back on track. Can now be reasonably confident that there isn't much else going on back here. And I can say we've only found one of the guard elevators. Well, I can't pretend that was optimal. We're going to have a time getting into Nash out of there. We might have to burn the cloak again, or we can exploit ping. If we can get all three of these, they're all going to rush in there, so if we can get them all with ping and we can get them to go and look this way or something, we might be able to just run her out of there. Prism's got up here. Someone's going to need to get this safe at some point, or maybe not. We can just leave it. We're not in an outright cash emergency anymore.
Investigating the area. They're through here. Investigating area.
You just breached a...
Hey. Investigating.
I'm kind of surprised that didn't cause a friendly fire KO. Friendly fire is kind of like an actual thing in this game. Like there are guards that their habit is to try and clear rooms with grenades. And sometimes they'd be like, oh no, I can't throw a grenade here, there's a friendly in the way. That's like an actual dialogue line that they say. Yeah, we can become encumbered. You are allowed to carry items beyond your limit, but it starts hitting your AP when you do that. Guards also, like when they're in hunting mode, when they've become alerted, and they see a door closing and they're investigating the other side of it, they will try to breach the door if it's closed. And as we saw so memorably in the run that was forever lost to time, that will KO your agent if you are directly on the other side of the door, for fuck's sake. That, like, by process of elimination, this must be the guy who has the keycard. And there is a bunch of hackables in there. There's a nanofab in there, and I'm always curious about nanofabs, but they're not a huge priority. So the question is, what's in this square? It's the one thing we don't know. I guess all our options are, we're going to have to open this door at some point, and what I'd really like is to be able to just run in here, pickpocket this guy, and then run out into cover. But we won't be able to do that if there's literally anything there. So we might need instead to employ some bullshit. But I guess we're gonna have to open this door.
Did you see that?
And he's gonna do that. Like, I can go into sprinting mode. This is slightly bullshit, I think. But I think we can go into sprinting mode. No, I don't want to peek, so we're gonna lure him over.
Did you hear that?
Here. Oh boy. Okay. Right, I should have checked him. This is a one of the scan grenade guards. So he's gonna try his bullshit, which is he's got oh great, no, actually it's even worse. It's a flash grenade guard. Okay, this is really bullshit. I hate this. Right. Well, I guess we can play a slightly longer game then. This guy's going to be irritating to try and flush out, but I don't have the AP to go in there and pickpocket him properly, but I'm pretty sure he has the security card. And we need the security card. So what he's going to do, he's going to throw a flash grenade, which is pretty bad news, but the good news is that it doesn't explode immediately. It will explode at the beginning of his next turn. So he's going to throw it, and then we're going to have a turn to run away from it. Now, there remains the matter of Internash, and how we're going to deal with the chucklefucks down here, because she's got to get away. That drone is going to wake up, and we really would like, by the time it does, for her to be able to just get the hell away and get back down here, and, you know, not coincidentally get us some goddamn power. And we're gonna need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 move just to get out the door. Then 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I think it was like basically 2 entire turns to get her to something resembling safety. And we only have 1 ping. We can't violence any of the guards because they're armoured. And if they come in here, it's basically all over. We do have that cloak, but I think we're gonna... Oh, right, yeah, that doesn't actually charge it fully, so that's actually not quite the foolproof plan that I thought it was. So we're not getting that cloak back anytime soon. They're probably still investigating some of this, and I can't reliably ping them properly. I think we're gonna have to kind of take a little bit of a chance on this. Oh right, I also don't particularly like that ping. It's not the most obvious thing exactly where you're aiming it, but it's, you can see we've got kind of a crosshair shape going on there, and we're aiming it in the middle of it. But I think if we ping this location, we should have just about enough to work with, and then we might be able to sprint and distract a couple of them. But yeah, wow. This could be significantly better. Well, time to pray.
Throwing grenade.
Looking around.
Hey. Investigating. Investigating. Hey.
What?
Investigating.
What?
Looking around.
Okay.
Alarm level 2. Fire levels increased. More ice to break.
I'm not wholly certain why they both chose to investigate there, but based on where they're looking, we should be able to get out of here. I possibly should have burned one of those charge packs, not because it would have been helpful, but just because it would have meant that we would have been able to get a sprint set up. But, yeah. That said, at least one of those guys should notice this door opening. Oh right, they're investigating the drone, aren't they? And I believe we've pickpocketed all of these guys. Not that guy, but we don't really have time to pickpocket that guy. And I would really, really love to close that door. But they kind of broke it, so... Right, also, I mean, it does strike me that this might be the guy with the pass card as well, so... fuck everything, right? Like, there is absolutely no way we are getting this guy and then getting anywhere near safety in this state, and we can't guarantee what these guys are going to do because it's going to take all of our AP to get here. I can't lie, this is really quite the opposite of ideal. We don't have anything to make noise, we don't have a ping for another 3 turns. And there's no real good hiding spots. The alternative is we sit here and try and observe and really hope that they're going somewhere useful. What happened to that grenade? Okay, the grenade is there. It's kind of difficult to see the grenade. He's thrown it right under the turret. And it doesn't really show up in anything of note. It glows red in the mainframe, but... oh boy. Well, I can only hope that because those guys came from there, that they're not going to investigate back in here. But if they do, then International is basically toast. Like, she's not coming back from that. So, hey, tension.
Looking around. Must be imagining things.
Yeah.
What was that? Investigating. Looking around.
Okay. I can't lie, this is a crisis. We're gonna have to enact some creative contingency plans in order to get away with this. Now, International can take one step before getting shot. We cannot, there's two things per cloak. We can't violence that guy. Even if we could close that door, there's still a guy actually in here with us, so she's going to get shot. So I guess our best option is to just take a step in this direction. This is the thing that has approximately this single step has approximately a 50% chance of saving this mission. So, good luck!
Agent down. Repeat, agent down. Your new priority should be recovery. We can't afford to lose any more personnel.
Now, as for the rest of our plan, first things first, I didn't particularly want to, but we are actually going to have to do some shopping. Very timely with the dagger, by the way. And that was also very annoying, but what are you going to do? And we've got no time for subtlety. Thank fuck, incidentally, that this man isn't armoured. Oh, cool. Yeah, we can steal flash grenades from enemies. The real dilemma at this point, actually, is do I nick its pass card? Because, well, I mean, I can nick it, I can put it on the floor later. We can deal with that. That turret, no, we don't have an application for the pass card, sadly. Anyway, nanofabs, cell, medgel, and lordy, do we have an application for medgel right now? Oh, there's a Paralyzer 4. That's a fun one. I'll talk about Tier 4 upgrades if we survive this. Oy. Oh man, and there's a Neural Disruptor 3. Man, I really want that, but I also really want to not die, so... Well, I think, much as it stings to not get the lore, I'm just going to sell the data card here. I think we possibly would have found something out, but, yeah. I'm going to buy the med gel. I'm going to sell our previous Neural Disruptor. And I'm going to buy the level 3 one. That was surprisingly productive for a total emergency shopping trip. Okay. And that drone, ugh. What's Prism's hacking like? It's shit. Well, this is exciting in all the bad ways. Now, time to get salvaging. our biggest problem right now is that we don't really have eyes in here because, you know, they're kind of dead. You'd think we'd just have a marker showing where International fell, but typically enemies will go and they will do a kill confirm after they get something. I mean, I say kill confirm, she's not dead. We do have one camera up here, so that's something. If I could be sure it would help, I might hack that turret and maybe they'd run down there and get shot. That would be nice. But, yeah.
Investigating.
Investigating the area.
Okay. We have one guy up there, one guy in here, and one... oh no, he's up there. He's probably going in there. I'm gonna have to burn AP to account for some of these guys. But I'm broadly more likely to be well served by sprinting first, just to make absolutely sure that this man goes down here. That man is probably not going... well, we know that the drone's going up there, these guys are going up there. This man is probably going towards this corner. But a sprint gambit
Hey, investigating.
will make absolutely sure that that man goes where we want. We'll leave the door open, just so he doesn't breach it. For me to move here would be to take a big risk. But it would also get us one step closer to International, but then if that guy glances in this direction, then everything's going right back to hell. So, like progressing slowly through a stealth encounter, we're just going to have to eat the tension, I think. We do have our ping back. And I could stand to hang on to that. And in 2 turns we'll be able to hack that drone again. Which might be worthwhile. It strikes me that I never got around to stating explicitly what the plan is, but
Looking around.
you probably figured it out based on the fact that I made an explicit point of sending Prism off to the vending machine to buy some med gel. Oh god. They really do have to be difficult, don't they? That fucking breached door is causing me no end of headaches. We might need to wait another turn. Going away from here, that man is probably still up there. I have no idea what he's doing now, so that's annoying. You see the camera drone, he's going that way. This man is... oh right, yeah, he's just woken up and he's all groggy. I really don't think this should be watched. I mean, it is a camera drone. And I have no idea what this guy's gonna do. He could still fuck everything up if he turns the wrong way. And we have a flash grenade. And we have a ping.
investigating.
Alarm level 3. Additional guard patrols. They are coming for you.
Okay, well... The camera drone is annoying. I have no idea where the other guard is. I have no idea where this guy is thinking of going. He's going right in here and he's gonna mess everything up. We are agonizingly close to salvaging this mission, but also so far, the guy up here is a huge wild card. We have a drone, we can dagger. We have one ping, and we have one flash grenade. Notably, daggering the drone will get Prism another couple of AP for one turn, which will be exceptionally valuable. And we really, like, that guy is going to mess everything up by walking in here. We cannot let him do that, because even if we don't get spotted, which, this isn't the investigation point, so he probably won't actually look to his sides, but he will be standing right here, and that will be an enormous problem for us. So I see no real choice but to ping him. Now, we can ping him in here, or we can ping him in here, and I feel like there are probably implications to this decision that I'm not comfortable with. So if we ping him down here and that guard is right on that door, which I don't think he is, because I think we can see right to that point. So he might be round here. I feel like we can ping him over this way. And we better hope to shit this works.
Investigating the area.
Throwing grenade. Looking around.
Yeah, I believe I mentioned something about that guard possibly being about to fuck everything up. There's nothing we can do about him. Is this the time to hit the drone? Or is this the time to use that flash grenade? Yeah, that drone's coming in here. That's going to be a problem. Well... It also strikes me that I'm not sure how our flash grenade behaves, so, might be one of them experimenting times. Well, okay, guess we can't throw it around corners. That's very annoying. We might have to do a little dance. This is going to be our AP count. We got 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Okay, if we can figure out where that guy's going. Yep, right where we need to be. Why can't we throw it there? Oh well. Well, here goes our big plan. Sweet. Oh, but one turn only. Oh, hell. Why does this happen? Right. Serious emergency plan time. We need eyes. Right. International's awake. She's almost got her fucking cloak back. How about we just get her the hell out? Close that door and just hide behind the console just in case. Get us some power. That guy is possibly gonna notice Prism, but we should be able to have her hide after she gets spotted. And then we should be just about able to deal with them. And then we can get back to this ongoing clusterfuck. And I guess it's notable that Prism now has a level 3 disruptor. So she can stun level 2 armored guards. Oh hell yeah, that space is hidden. Just tell me where he's going. He's going nowhere. That space is watched, so we will get shot if we go there. We have 2 turns until our next ping, but I think our best shot for distracting him is going to be moving the drone somewhere where the drone's going to go down and he's going to see the drone and he's going to be like, hey, that drone's down. into Nash in the meanwhile. Ugh, we've wasted so much power. I'm starting to think we ought to burn one of those charge packs, but we're this close to having a cloak again, and I have a feeling we might need it. There's a guard on patrol down here somewhere. He hasn't shown up anywhere that we've seen. He's like completely not fussed about anything. For better or worse, we have looted almost everything up here except one safe, which I think is probably kind of out of our concern now. It's not out of the question that we could just abandon our objective.
Investigating area.
There's that guard.
Investigating. Throwing grenade.
Guy, you're supposed to...
Hey. Investigating.
Why are you like this? You're going in there, that's fine by me. What is this? Who is that? Oh, I really don't like that. It's more AP than I have to find out. I guess I could cross through it and just duck in here. Now we've got the cloak. This guy's got nothing. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, you're gonna go over there and you're gonna stare right at the wall. Great. And knowing my luck, one of these guys is gonna come out of here. Yeah, he's standing there. He's heading this way, but he's not gonna be able to see us from there. And this guy, who the hell knows what this guy's doing? Is that him going to near the safe? The point is, pending a, or notwithstanding a horrific miscalculation, we're finally going to be able to get Prism out of there.
Hey. Investigating.
Fucking great. Again, I think it's not really come up very much, but a key, small, important difference between enemies when they're in just normal patrolling mode and when they're in hunting mode is that enemies who are patrolling will close doors behind them when they run through them. Enemies in hunting mode will just leave every door open. Now, I do not have time for that camera's bullshit. We're getting dagger next turn, so I'm just going to burn 8 power, because it'll be 10 power next turn, to hit it with firewalls. This man is going to walk here. Don't know how he's walking though. Yeah, he's going to face diagonally that way. And he's possibly... Like, my question right now is if I hide... Actually, I can't, so I guess that's kind of a pointless question. I wondered if he'd be able to see Prism if she was hiding here, but... I guess not. I mean, my other options, we could have Internash distract him a little bit. Which I feel like it would save us some time. We can use Peripheral to play silly buggers with him for a bit. You open this door, he won't see us, he will notice. He'll come in here, we can lure him further in here, and then we can go and hide around the corner, and then we can run out when he comes out. Or we can stick him around in here a bit more.
You see that? What the...
I mean, we could also violence him, but seems like pushing our luck at this point. Alright.
Investigating the area.
We've got one more turn before that guy comes through that door and sees Prism.
Guess it was nothing.
That guy's gonna be a pain if he gets too close.
Additional guard patrols. They are coming for you.
Yeah, I'll bet. Now, exactly how are you going to move? There's not a lot of good hiding places, but we can follow behind him. He's going that way. We can actually just stand here and not be seen. Or we could violence him. But, again, I kind of feel like I'm pushing my luck doing that. But you know what? Fuck it. I want revenge on this mission. Okay, well, this is going a hell of a lot better than it was about 10 turns ago. We are notably well into the high alarm levels now. And of course, there's another guard there. What do we got, Prism? How long does this go on? We probably got company headed this way. I don't like our chances for staying in here. Like, let's take stock of this. We got a decently high-level item in here. We got guards closing in. We have one disruptor that can handle them. We could just shut that door and bolt for the elevator. We got some stuff. We bought a neural disruptor 3. Central will be cross with us. This guy is already in hunting mode. But, like, I feel the call. I can go for it. Especially because we can redistribute our stuff a bit. We can use our cloaking rig offensively for once. Thank you, Neural Disruptor 3. There is a camera out there, so we will see people coming if they want to try something. International might need that more. I don't know who I should send what way and with what stuff, but they're right next to each other. I feel like there's probably not much more out there. There's a safe, and then there's the locker, which will be in here. Will I pay for my hubris? I mean, of course I will, but will it be a catastrophe, or will it merely be a moderate inconvenience? Well, I did not mean to do that, but whatever. Now that we've leveled up some people's strength a bit, we are actually able to move bodies with somewhat more alacrity. I want to say it's something like it's 4 AP per point with standard strength, and then when you hit level 2 strength, it becomes 3 AP per tile. And then when you hit level 4 strength, it becomes 2 AP per tile, I think. I think that's how it works. Well, yeah, of course, having just, well, let's keep our eyes in there. That was the safe. It's going to be entirely too much. That safe is probably not getting cracked, I regret to say, but we've got too much other stuff. We're going to get Dagger back in a bit, and then International has a buster chip.
What? Intruder.
Right.
Throwing grenade.
Well, believe it or not,
Damn it. It got
I can
away.
basically deal with this too. I mean, you wouldn't believe how much of a problem that isn't. As embarrassing as I didn't think there would be a guy there. I don't see how that's watched, but whatever. If there's a guy in there, then is there also the other thing? How's Prism doing with the... Because we can dance with this man. Let's be clear about that. It's merely a question of how much bullshit do we dare add to this ongoing pile at this point. He's going to move there. That's going to mostly leave this room clear. This idiot is closing in. We've got a decent amount of cover in this room, but the doors are problems. We can ping him away, but only once. We're going to sit right there for now. We'll see what this guy decides to do later. Dagger in one turn. Telling you, hubris.
Investigating. Looking around. Looking okay.
Alarm level
Investigating.
5. Enforcers deployed. Do not fight them. You will not win.
What was that? Investigating.
I mean, man's not armored. It's a little bit annoying that he was able to get the notes. This can happen sometimes when the enemy's looking in the right direction and our cover is just wrong. They won't like spot us and go into Overwatch, but they'll be like, "Hey, what was that?" and they'll go and flag for further attention. We could run out in front of him. It would technically be more efficient, but whatever. You severely overestimate my patience at this point.
Hey. Investigating.
I'm sprinting not because I want to do any bullshit, just because I want this done quicker.
Look at this, operator. I think we've caught them mid-interrogation.
Great. More shit to do. Thinking carefully about how we're gonna prioritize our available movement here, because we are running real short on time. This demon might fuck everything up. That's probably fine, depending on what's... Okay, it's just that camera there. It's annoying, but we only need one firewall to break it again. This man is coming in. We're gonna have to remember that he's coming in. But I think... Oh, I really should have... Oh right, we can sprint because we kind of have, like, over AP at this point. Anyway, this is one of those, I'm not sure if this is a contingency plan objective or not, but sometimes when you do a security dispatch mission...
It shows this courier is a missing persons report. His contractor has a reward for intact data recovery. Feel like being a good Samaritan, operator?
You'll come across these people. Because this is a security office, this would be where they do some interrogation. Anyway, that enforcer is nasty, but he's also far away. So we come across hostages and we can free them, and we free them just by walking them to the elevator and extracting them like any other agent. They have problems though, because they are very low level, they have no equipment, they have no augments, and they have only 5 movement and they cannot sprint. We can give them weapons sometimes, but they're not really very adept at using much of anything in particular.
There's the secure safe. You're almost done.
Alright, I really should have sprinted with her, but whatever. Hello. Well. What to do with this? This is one of the best ranged weapons in the game for reasons that I think are apparent when you look at the numbers on it. Like, it has armor piercing 4. This is the highest armor piercing value of any item in the game that it's possible to have. It KOs for 5 turns. It has 2 ammo, and the only thing it has going against it is that it's heavy, and when you're carrying it you lose 2 AP permanently, so there is that. It's also, if that's just too opposed to how you roll, it's also just worth an obscene amount of money. Could take this med gel. That will encumber Internash further. But it's also worth a few more credits when I sell it. Worth a shot. And we're just going to leave the passcode in there.
The item was resting on a pressure plate, and they know it's been moved. Guards are coming your way.
Yeah, that happens, but like, you know, guards were coming this way anyway. The only way this is going to be a problem is if that guy, specifically, decides to, instead of doing what he was going to do before, to come through this door. But if he does that, then we have a cool new toy that we can shoot him with. And someone else is closing in. I can see their vision cone just poking into our...
Hey, Intruder.
camera sphere.
Investigating.
Well, annoying as it is to... Well, actually, who is he tracking? He's tracking Prism. I'm just wondering if we can get to him with Internash to use the melee. Because that would just kind of be hilarious. If we could do that, but... no, I think we've got like 1 billion charge packs. So, like the nice lady in Burn Notice says, can we shoot him? And the answer to that is, we can absolutely shoot him. And again, because of the obscene nature of the monomolecular railgun, he is out for the count. Now, we can't quite have this guy waking up yet, but I believe this man is unarmored. Oh, the drone's back as well. What will he do? So which one of those did we observe? Oh, there's both of them, they're overlapping. I mean, this is as good a plan as any. Doesn't cost us anything to zap him again. Camera's coming in here. Internash can't quite make it in there either. It's going to be slightly annoying. But we should, once again, be able to just about make do, and our ping is back. And hey, we've got another shot in this thing. So if it really comes to it, we're going to do our standard cheating maneuver of open the door and then peek through the door and then close the door, just so we can get a good grip on what's going on in there. And in 2 turns I'll be able to have that drone again if I must.
Looking around. Investigating. Investigating.
Looking around.
Oh, they are really interested in that upper room. Yeah, he's being annoying, and I'm like actually watching that space. Oh no, is that just the drone? I think that's just the drone. Oh, our friend has woken up. Come on. We're so close. That guy is not going to do anything for another turn. That guy's going in there, and the drone. The drone's coming in here. Well, I can deal with this, I think. That guy's out for another 2 turns. I think International's probably best served by just standing right there. Honestly.
Investigating the area.
Blessed turn order.
Hey, you okay? Looking. Stop there! What was that?
Yeah. What was that?
Hey, investigating.
Maybe I should have hacked the drone first. Now the courier is going to be really annoying and he's not going to have enough time to do any of that. So I guess it's just gonna have to be Old Faithful Ping. To the rescue. Let's just have the camera drone be in here, I think. Well.
Investigating the area.
Alarm level 6.
So yeah, I don't think I've managed to survive up to alarm level 6 before. Hang on, excuse me 1 second. While I stop my other monitor from turning off due to inactivity because of very good product design. Great. Sorry about that. So yeah, I don't think I managed to show off alarm level 6 last time, but yeah, it's a doozy. First off, you get 2 elite enforcers, and if you like kill them, it just spawns in more. Second, it will continuously locate your agents. So that's very fun. Now, gonna walk out here. Those guys are all gonna get very concerned about the contents of this room. But before anybody can so much as do that, they're all going to have to explain to themselves what happened to this drone. Not sure where I should leave Prism. Also, that drone could be very helpful by just being a dear and closing that door for me. Nobody's gonna come in here. And that guy is... Oh. Why must you be like this? Like, come on, I'm so close, I've done so much, let me have this. When he comes in there, he's gonna see the courier. The courier will be able to get to safety, but won't be able to get out of the room. Internash might be able to shoot him. I mean, if it comes to it, we don't need the courier. That guy is probably coming in here, isn't he? Yeah. He's not going to see us, though. Ugh.
What was that? I think someone's down.
Yeah, everyone shoot the courier.
Investigating.
Damn it, they got away.
Got away.
You know, I think it's possible that we're not going to be getting the courier out of here. Like, I don't know. The elevator's there. Next turn, Prism is going to have a deal. We can KO this guy. Who is responsible for this? It can't just be that camera, surely. We should... yeah. You are going in there, you are not a concern. This guy we can... take out. No, who is watching that? Well, doesn't matter. Prism literally has it covered. Who is actually got eyes on Courier right now? What are the sight lines? Because this man can stand to be shot.
Who was that?
Ugh, really? I mean, could bait them up here.
What was that? Investigating.
Hey.
Yeah. 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 Oh man. Okay. 100% of everything hinges on the next couple of extremely careful decisions. We can back these guys into the elevator. We cannot back both Internash and the courier the whole way into the elevator. But we can just have Prism in here, and we can back Internash most of the way, and we can back the courier to this point. If whoever's casting this decides to come in here, we're going to have exactly enough space to get Internash into the elevator, and the courier will be able to follow and will be able to get out of shot. Yeah, like exactly like that. Okay. Oh, they're all annoyed. But nobody else has... Okay, no, that guy has a bead, but he's coming from the same angle, so... And that, ladies and gentlemen, and stream viewers even, is how you salvage a fucking mission.
Good job, team. We should be able to stabilize him in the jet. I'm sure his contractor will be rather thankful.
Holy fucking shit. This is absolute peak Invisible Ink, folks. That went completely to hell, and but for 2 safes, we recovered from a downed agent, multiple unexpected encounters, unexpected objectives, and got everybody out and got pretty much all of the loot, and we got the high item, and it was a fucking monomolecular railgun. Jesus goddamn Christ, I love this game. I declared Invisible Ink a perfect video game in several offhand Twitter comments, which I will not only not retract, but will reaffirm to you right now, because of stuff like this. This fucking game. It's like this all the time. Oh man. Now what to do with this money? I think we'll get our last max anarchy, and I think we will bring Internash up to even more speed. Well, we can't get her the last... Well, we would have to sell the med gel, which, you know, I don't really have a problem with.
How did you get recruited for Invisible? Gladstone's been trying to get me on board for years, but I lost my stomach for wet work. Besides, all real power is economic. My personal income as a freelancer is bigger than a small country's GDP.
Monster.
Arbitrage is a beautiful thing, isn't it?
Yeah, let's go to that last point of hacking, which is going to give us an extra 2 power per console hijack, which it pretty much averages out to an extra 10 power to play with every map. Plus she's got that buster chip now as well, so we can get a little bit extra mileage.
Moving. If the corps get a fix on our location, we won't last long in a direct fight. Keep up the hit and run, and we might just get through this.
Okay. 11 hours. I mean, you know, I've kind of given the game away at this point, that there is more than just, you know, the 11 hours that we have to deal with, but this game came out in like 2016, I think that ship has sailed. The only remaining question is what to do now, and can we do it somewhat less disastrously than before? I happen to know that following the no doubt very interesting events of Day 4, that all of our mission targets are going to get shuffled, so there's really no point in doing an executive terminals. Could do this CFO, which notably would like make us not not go over the limit, because it's only 6 hours away, and it's KNO, and it's one of the more lightly armoured. Well, actually, I think there's only one level 4. There's 2 level 4s on the map, and the rest of these are level 3s. I think we're going to Madrid to rob another CFO.
There's a highly placed executive burning the midnight oil at this office, with half the security detail that someone with that kind of access would usually have. Let's crack open his brain and steal his access codes.
Hell yeah.
The Daemons are just doing their jobs. Try not to disturb them.
You'll note that I chose not to bring the monomolecular railgun. What is everyone's situation? Okay, I probably should have done this earlier. But Internash has the charge pack and the buster chip. Whereas I think Prism, as the current bearer of the cloak, is probably a... Well, I mean, we found out, I learned the hard way, that the charge pack only takes 2 off of the cooldown, so I think that's probably a bit of a lost cause at this point. Ah, we're straight into silly buggers with the doors. Yeah, that's about what I thought. Okay, so how much do you want to bet that one of those guys is coming through here? Fortunately, he's coming through in a straight line. And he's not going to see us. That turret is a problem, but... do I break out the dagger yet? I mean, it's not really much point. It's 3 for 3 versus 3 for 3, so... Oh, hey, more of them. What's your deal? You're going to walk that way, so you're not going to see Prism. Oh, that's kind of a crowded, very early room, isn't it? We might have to, break out some tricks in order to get through there without leaving anyone anywhere where we don't want to leave people. Well, okay. It might be worth buying ourselves some time by doing a little sprint bullshit.
I heard something.
And if really need be, we can get Prism some extra points. Now, this man is going to walk out here and he's going to turn around and he's going to come and investigate this spot. I think we want Internash to have the cloak for this. Because she's going to be the one who's going to have to walk into the most danger in the least certainty of what the hell's going on. Now, do some hacking. That demon is completely useless. That demon is kind of a pain, but whatever, we can work with it. Now Prism has some speed. Probably should have closed that door. Definitely should have closed that door.
What the?
Huh? Oh, come
Investigating the
on.
area. Now we can't see anything.
Alarm level 1.
Right, well,
Additional cameras activated. Don't let them see you.
What was that?
straight into fun times. And we've gone into alarm level.
Damn it, they got away.
Right.
Damn it, they got away.
I'm gonna be annoyed about that safe for a little while.
What was that?
That really does not seem like that ought to have been a sightline. But hey, question is, what's he gonna do now, and how can we best... Well, is he on his grenade bullshit? That's actually really bad. What's our ping range like with him? We can get him anywhere useful. If he moves here... Our big problem right now is that he's going to walk diagonally this way, and if he's facing diagonally here, he'll be able to see us around that corner. And I can't ping him anywhere that's close enough. If I ping him to this point, what will he do? Because that's exactly enough range to interest him. He'll have to go around the corner to reach there. He should be able to do it. Oh, hell. That... what? Well, that pretty much just made it worse, didn't it? This is the only thing I can think of that might salvage that. Yeah. Right to hell is where this went. It's possible that after the high of how the last mission ended, we might go right back into the shit. Like, I don't see any great way of getting out. Like, the only thing I can think of that would actually get us out of that grenade is if he decides not to throw it because there is a friendly there. He is investigating. He's trying to investigate that point. But yeah, it don't look great. And I think we're just going to have to deal with this.
Throwing grenade. Looking around.
Yeah, he just threw that grenade. Now he's going over there. And we have basically no meaningful way of getting away from it. International's going completely the wrong way to get to him. I'm pretty sure we can't do anything nifty like blocking the shots for the drone. That said, I wonder... because that grenade... stuns... oh, okay, that was the drone, whatever. So, like... I wonder... will she actually survive that, or will she just get knocked out? Really not a lot of good ways to know.
The executive has been located. Disable him and get his cerebral implant ready for the interrogation.
Man, me and CFO missions, huh? Yeah, see, she's got KO too. Of course, we now have no idea what that guy's going to do. The drone's out for the time being. This guy's being kind of a dick, just sitting there looking right at the door. I mean, it's only in his peripheral vision, so we can get in there. No idea where the other guys are. That camera is not very useful.
I think I saw something.
And that room's just a big box. The guard elevator's down there. Or at least that's the one we know about. There aren't any other doors in here. In fact, I guess everything else must be down this way. Huh. So this whole thing is a big featureless void. We don't know when people are going to come through that door.
What?
I mean, if this whole thing is screwed, we might as well at least just get on with it.
We're digging into his cerebral implant now, but it'll take a few minutes. Stay close to the target so I can keep the scan running.
So everything's going to hinge on exactly what this guard does. Like, I would presume that they can...
Alarm level 2. Vital levels increased.
The cerebral implant is transmitting. Begin deepening the scan.
Oh my god. This fucking game, I swear to god. I cannot believe that worked. Like, I wasn't completely sure how that was going to all pan out, but I want to say that I should get at least like half credit for that gambit, because that looked pretty final. And this may yet be irritating if we can't deal with that door properly. I'm gonna move here and then peek. Facility database, demon database. I mean, nice thing about the level 3 disruptor is, well, it lasts one more turn on cooldown than the guy gets knocked out for. You can charge pack that, but there's other ways. Personally, my favourite thing is to have an augment that handles item cooldowns. Now, time is kind of really not on our side on this one. Might be worth burning a dagger to just get that turret, just to use it as a camera. Okay. Well, we're back in business. There's still the guards that are here. I don't know what they're up to. They're probably pissing about somewhere in this dark area. We'll probably start hearing them as they start getting closer. Oh.
Interesting. He's had me mimic defense training. This is going to be trickier than expected.
The text says mimetic, but the voice says mimic, and I'm not sure what that's supposed to mean. My mind just immediately goes to like something like, oh, he's contracted the guys from Inception to teach him how to not have people break into his brain while he's asleep. That's just how I end up thinking about it anyway. Now, after we're done in here, we're going to need to get Internash through here, out through here, through that room and down there. And that's going to hinge heavily on what the idiots are doing at the time. And meanwhile, an enforcer is going to spawn either from there or from somewhere in here. And we'll need a plan on dealing with him. Unbelievably irritatingly, I still haven't given Prism any points in hacking. I've got a real bad feeling about this room. Oh, hey.
Well, that was unexpected. See if you can use it to our advantage.
That's the first time we've seen that in 3 streams. So this is the legendary demon reversal that has a 10% chance of happening every time a demon launches. There aren't actually very many, like, it's not like every demon has an opposite. I think there are actually only 3 reversed demons. And the one that we've got makes our programs cheaper. Which is handy because it's alarm level 2. And can we get all programs power cost by 1, so we got alarm level 2 and we can use Rapier for 2 power instead of 3. Can get an additional 2 power, but I'd rather have Internash do that. I would like to be able to prepare a gambit to get the executive a bit closer, but we can't drag him far enough. There's not enough cover in that room. I need more power, but it's not ideal, is it? You have no idea what these guys are all doing. And they're like, I can't believe there aren't any cameras there. And there's got to be more guards here somewhere.
Hey, you okay?
Oh, goody.
Reinforcements
We've
arrive.
got a signal out. Expect more company soon.
Now this actually probably isn't as dangerous as it looks. That's it, there's almost certainly a camera there. Which is a pain. Where is the camera? Is it over here? It can't be. You know, the Enforcer isn't going to be that well armoured. Let's see, I think it's probably best if... we'll have them somewhere it'll be slightly out of sight, but the scan grenade will find when it gets thrown. So we've got 3 more turns. It's gonna take him a couple turns to get in there. And that's if we don't have Prism intercept him first, which she's gonna be capable of. I mean, not immediately. But he should run out. There's no reason for him to look behind him. He'll be pathfinding straight to the door. And we've got our ping on standby. Sadly, a tune algorithm can't reduce the cost of a program below 1 power, I don't think. Not a lot more time to do things with Rapier while it's cheap. Why isn't that turret? Did I hack that turret? I did hack that turret. I could just, like, leave that turret there. If anyone wants to walk past it, they'll get shot. Like that.
Hey, investigating.
Alarm level 3. Additional guard patrols. They are coming for you.
This guy's fine, he doesn't start being
Broken him
alerted.
down now. Almost there, operator.
No one's coming up here for a while still. And that Enforcer's right there. I mean, I'd have to burn the charge pack to do it, but we could absolutely take him. But I'd rather just get a bit more of a handle on whatever the hell's going on in the rest of this place first. Yeah, there's that camera. Unfortunately, we kind of need that camera dealt with. Probably best to wait, I think. If only I'd given the buster chip to Prism.
What is that? Investigating.
The data is starting to come in now. Just a little longer.
Right, I think it's time to just move this idiot. Save ourselves a tiny bit of time. If I absolutely have to, I can hack that turret, but I'd really rather not because I've got the cameras in here to deal. Well, I mean, when it comes to it, we can just peg it through here. I have no idea what's waiting for us. The elevator can't be very much further. And always there's that drone, and we've got ping. There's what? There's 3 conscious guards right now? You, what's your plan? You're, again, walking right past us. We can have Prism taken. We are going to have to move her though, because those sight lines are not favourable. Like, there's this nanofab here, and I'm like, okay, well, I mean, I'm curious. I've got a whole bunch of money. We could hack it. But I don't really feel like deciding on what to do until we get Internash down there and find out where are the consoles. Like, we found 2 consoles. Like, where are they? Are there just like another 3 down here all by the exit elevator or something? That sounds like the kind of bullshit this game would do.
I think someone's targeting turret.
We've got the vault passcodes. I've ejected a mem chip from his port. Grab it and get the hell out of there.
Right. Don't need to fucking tell me twice. Excuse me. I should probably drink some water. Give me a second. Ah, stay hydrated, folks. Now, how bad is it out here? Looks relatively clear. They're all going to be busy dealing with that turret for a bit. Oh, this camera is like watching this guy. I mean, no, I'm not gonna experiment with this right now. I have this curiosity about what the mechanics are about this, because I feel like if the guard is in a space that's watched by the camera, and then we melee the guard, then the camera would be like, hey, that seems suspicious. Anyway, we're just gonna hide out for a bit. It's gonna be once per 4 turns we can hack anything of any note, and there's a safe here and there's a nanofab there, and Internash has the buster chip, and, you know, that's lovely. we just have to get her there. She is going to have cloak in a bit, so that might help a little bit. And there is that drone. I mean, there's really just the enforcer and the drone. They're going to shoot the turret, and they're going to be like, hey.
Turret cleared. Turret cleared.
Alarm level 4. Additional guard patrols. They are coming for you.
Oh, did I really forget to drop the guard? That was... It's very bad form to finish a turn still dragging a guard. The problem with that is when you're dragging a guard, you can't do anything, and dropping the guard counts as an action. So if you get spotted while dragging a guard, you are like right fucked. Okay. You're going that way, you're gonna investigate that guard. What I figure I can do... Like, it stings to lose that safe, but... What I figure I can do... is distract you. Messing with this door. And then prepare to get out this way. So it's going to take you a bit to get over there anyway. It costs me far too much to use Rapier to hack things right now. Like, it would take me 15 power to hack that drone. Excuse me. You can all have fun with that. And if my cards are played right...
Investigating area.
Alright, yeah, there is a small matter of that new guy who's spawned. Why are you all going this way? I'm really very suspicious of that. Oh right, she does not have the key card. Well, great. Clever. Well, who's going what way? Now I need to know this with even more renewed urgency. That drone is going around here somewhere. That drone is currently around here and it's going to move into this place. Right, and there's also the small matter of this arsehole. He's coming in here and he's going to do the exact same thing that the other guy did. I feel like we can exploit the hell out of this. Where's he? Okay, he's going all the way down there. So it's really just a matter of how the hell to get Internash out of here. I think, irritating as it is, we might want to actually have to wait here a bit. Because that drone's going to come in here and it's going to start its scanning bullshit. But we have no eyes out there. It's basically a kill zone.
Looking around.
Really? You're only moving there? Right, you're doing that bullshit again. Prism is still not charged. You know, a dagger for another turn. I could hack that drone this turn by using the buster chip and one shot of rapier, but you can already see one guy. I'm not sure where the other guy is. I'm not sure where this little sliver of vision is coming from. You're going in there. I mean, should we just keep sitting on this guy? I don't especially like it, and if any of those guys start poking through this way, they're gonna start happening upon us. And I don't like that. I feel like I had an opportunity to close this door. Well, we have it now. I mean, we'd have to... That guy is not waking up for a while, so we can afford to spend one turn not sitting on him. Ah, how fortuitous.
Throwing grenade.
The drone didn't scan us. Man out here is still coming that way. We are more or less in the clear. And that guy's all going in there. They're all going to check on the exec, who's, he's long gone. Might actually get this safe. Oh, and we're close enough to finally get that power. Well, I guess avail of the opportunity to do some shopping. We got another net downlink. We have a thermal disruptor 3, which I'm not entirely certain how these things work. I've never used thermal disruptors. I think it can pierce up to 3 armor and it will use 2 power per point up to 3. So there is that. The notion of it is that it's got more armor piercing than it would have otherwise, but it requires power to do that, unlike the ordinary vanilla neural disruptor, which has a lower armor piercing. Also, this thing seems to have more cooldown, so I don't know, it has the same cooldown, 1 more armor piercing, and it uses power. Now, we got the Paralyzer. Paralyzer 3 is a pretty solid Paralyzer. That's 4 extra turns of guards being out. And we've got the Accelerator chip, which lets us, you use it as at a console instead of hijacking it, and it gives you more power. And it's got a pretty short cooldown. I'm always intrigued at the idea of having more paralyzers, but I don't think any of these are really doing it for me. So, okay. I mean, I know a paralyzer would be situationally quite handy at right this exact minute on account of this bullshit, but we're just going to drag this guy further. The reason I went out of my way to shut that door is so that when this man comes in here, he wouldn't see us, and we're going to have an extra chance. And if we need to, we can ambush him as he comes through that door. We will then have multiple guards that we'll have to be babysitting, but you know, what the hell ever. And we've got a ping. Do not forget that we've got a ping. I should have dropped him. What happens if I have international sprint at this point? Like, I think we're getting... I don't think we're close enough for him to hear that. We then continue our sprinting operation around here. Even if he does hear that, what's your plan? You're coming back out this way. Of course you are. He's not going to see us though. Like, he's walking out. If he was on this plane and he was walking diagonally in this direction, he would see us. But as is, he's going to walk out here and he's going to turn this way and he's going to not see us. He might see us when he walks onto this spot, but we'll be ready for him. Now, what the hell's going on over here, and what is that guy's deal? I'm intensely suspicious of him because he's walked out of frame and he was investigating somewhere down here, and I don't know if he's going into his new spot or not. And that camera is weird about its perspective, and I don't want to let go of this guy. We are so close. Oh, I guess the guy did hear us.
Alarm level 5. Enforcers deployed.
Oh, boy.
Do not fight them. You will not win.
What was that? Investigating.
Well, the good news is that the agent identified was International. Really? That does not look like it should be watched. Well, anyway, time to cloak. We could KO him, but like, what would be the point, honestly? Now, our enforcing friend is about to walk out here. And he's going to make a beeline for that door. Annoying as it is, we can't have this guy exactly here. Because, and you know, this is one of those things that every Invisible Ink player learns the hard way. You cannot ambush while you are pinning someone. So I think we're going to want to move this guy down here. And I think we're going to want to stand in wait here. And the guy's going to walk through the door and we're going to have him. As for what we'll do after that, it's a surprise. But, I mean, I don't know how I feel about that safe. It's got a demon on it. And this is one of those times in which the little unknown things are the things that are going to mess everything up.
Investigating area.
Looking around.
Right, that's where that guy is. Anyway. What a lot of fun this has all been, huh? Oh. Server terminal. Now, as for our plan, what we can do with two bodies is we can be dragging one while standing on top of another. This technically lets us pin both of them at the same time. However, we can't drop the new body here because, like, as it reminds us, we can't stack bodies. Alright, this guy, right, I guess this guy's probably gone on alert because it's alarm level 5, and one of the things that alarm level 5 does is it puts everybody on alert. So I guess the question is, how many spaces is he going to move when he goes moving? He isn't armoured. Really? There's another one. I guess why would I ever not expect there to be another one? Well, Prism has that charge pack. In fact, this is the exact reason why Prism has that charge pack. That door is closed, and yet there's a vision cone emanating from it, so possibly it has coverage, or possibly there's a camera behind here. I think that's altogether more likely, but I really don't like gambling on this kind of thing at this point. Oh, okay. Oh yeah, I'm very glad that I did not hack that secondary server terminal. What are you doing? You're going out that way. You know, I'm basically fine with that. This is another one of them heavy guys, yeah. I'm not too bothered about that safe. I think I'll use the Buster chip on it next turn. Very carefully about where to hide Prism during this. Because as long as we can get her safely away, we're basically home free. You can all busy yourselves with the party when you all wake up. And then you can go that way. Don't you love this high drama, folks?
What happened?
Is he even carrying an... Wow, this is an entire original undiscovered guard here. Just thinking carefully, we're going to have 4. Okay, yes, we can still get through that door. I just want to have a little peek at the cat's goods. What do we got? Yeah. Well, I mean, it's an interesting one. Taurus, it does exactly what it says. It takes a demon and it moves it somewhere, which is, I mean, I don't think it's worth 2 power to do that. I don't know, and we've only got 1 free slot. Overdrive. Yeah. I mean, that's a trade-off. This will make all of our... Well, we only have 2 programs with a cooldown. Those are Ping, 4 turns, and Dagger. So, what this is going to do, it's going to make Rapier consistently more expensive, which is kind of a big deal right now, because the whole point of Rapier is that it's extremely cheap. However, it will change Dagger so that it breaks 5 for 4 and can be used every 2 turns. I don't know how I feel about it. I think the fact that we have both rapier and dagger means that this is never going to be entirely synergistic. I don't think. Certainly if I had just like a ordinary lockpick or something. The other thing about Overdrive is that anything that doesn't have a cooldown is basically all this does is make it worse. If you are an absolute moron, you can take Overdrive while you have Fusion as your power generation program. You definitely should not do that. Man. Friggin' finally, right?
Hey, you okay? Investigating. You okay?
Right. And after much whatever the hell that was, we are out of here with even more money and a vault key.
That card
God
opens
damn.
up all sorts of interesting possibilities. Let's not let it go to waste.
Altogether, broadly a lot less exciting than the last mission, but like, holy shit if I didn't think that we were finished on like turn 3. And we kept it going from there. Like, this fucking game, this game is like a like high pressure improvisation simulator. It gets you into the shit. And somehow, there always seems to be a way to get back out of it. Now, I think carrying capacity is starting to become a concern. Prism's hacking is like, I don't know. I feel like it's less of a thing because we've got International. The consoles only need to be hacked once, and she's just broadly better at it. So I still think I would rather have her with more movement. And finally, one of these two, but not both, is getting an additional, like another additional point. And given the current stakes, I feel like it should be Internash. With this newfound speed, I wonder if it's not worth sticking the railgun on somebody. Like, right? I mean, we've got all these charge packs. We still only have this stupid shitty cloaking rig. I don't know. I feel like Prism's got her net downlink for maximum movement stuff. The problem with this thing is that we want not to have to be using it so much. But I feel like it works as a pretty decent, like, get out of jail card. In a kind of a similar way to how the cloak does. We can escape from a pinch by cloaking, or we can escape from a pinch by shooting somebody in the face. The problem is we can only shoot one person in the face. At least per turn. I mean, it's not like we're rolling with a fully tricked out flurry gun gambit here, is it? Also, unless I'm much mistaken, you can't actually reload weapons in the menu. I believe you can only do that actually during a mission, and that's kind of weird, right?
They're paying attention, but I can't yet pin them down.
Damn it. They were supposed to show their hand by now. What other options do we have?
Precious few. I'll run the numbers again. Maybe we missed something the first time.
Choose your next operation carefully. Incognito is almost out of power, but Monster might yet come through with something. Make sure we're prepared for whatever might come.
So yeah, this is the game pretty unsubtly warning us that we, just by virtue of only having 5 hours left, and I think 6 hours is the minimum mission time, that we only have one more mission before things get weird. We could have done an 11-hour, like we had 11 hours, we had 12-hour missions. We could have just immediately burned that day without getting that dialogue. Anyway, we've got vaults. Like, I mean, we just went to the trouble of lifting a vault key. Also, I'm pretty sure, let me just double check this. Yeah, that's what I thought. We didn't get the data logs out of that mission. We just sold them, which gets us the money, but does not get us the precious lore. So I guess the only question is, do we want to hit up an FTM vault or a Sankaku vault? I'm going to say this is going to be our last mission today because, hours. So, what are we feeling? And also, once again, who did I give? Right, International has it. Well, I don't like Sankaku because their vaults are scary. And all FTM has is guards with some kinds of grenades and some things that we can disable by hacking. Which I'm not sure if we've seen them yet, but whatever.
The corporations have trillions in credits and assets, and they're too paranoid to trust it all to the banking system. The location of these vaults is a highly guarded secret, but money has a way of talking. Just be sure to bring a passkey, or you'll miss out on the best loot.
Let's do it.
Site security breached. It was not a challenge. It was set up by a human.
Thanks, Incognita. Yeah, that's Internash. Well, the game seems to be spitting consoles at us, so that's annoying. Let's hope we can find a lot of stuff to spend power on. Right, well, this reeks of, yeah, I mean, we can actually see the camera already. This room looks mostly clear, which means that I have a reasonably high confidence that nobody's going to walk into... There's another console. I mean, somebody could walk out of this door and like all the way into here, and that would kind of suck. Right, before I forget... Let's just take care of that. Let's see what else we got. Oh, hey. So, I believe this almost came up in the last couple streams before we finally flamed out spectacularly. But, yeah, FTM's gimmick is that they start adding, there are two kinds of special tech that they have. Of which this is one, the scanning amp. which every time the alarm level goes up, so every 5 ticks, it will reveal one of our agent locations, and the enemy will go and investigate. So that's annoying. The other one is a router that at once per turn it will add one firewall somewhere to the map. They're both very annoying. The good news is, when we hack them, they are disabled. And then after we've hacked them, we can actually go and loot them for valuable tech. Like literally, it's an inventory item called valuable tech, and you sell it for 300 credits after the mission, so that's nice. As you can see, once your hacking skill gets up, you're getting so much more power out of bonuses when you hijack consoles than the actual, like, intrinsic power value of the console. So let's just make completely sure that we're not going to be disturbed here, because it would kind of suck. I really would like one mission at this point to go reasonably to plan again. Like, as exciting as it is to continue almost failing all the time. Like, I don't know how much more of that I can take. Okay. You seem broadly stationary. Oh no, you patrol on there, okay. And I guess the camera drone is roughly the same. Oh, that's oddly fortuitous. We're gonna need to get over here. Wow, I really like our fractal demons. Fractal doesn't itself do anything, it just makes 2 new demons appear before, appear somewhere where there were no demons before. Now, we're gonna have a time actually dealing with this. The camera drone, they patrols down there. There is cover in that room. So it's not like we're going to be completely helpless. Now, I don't want to send Prism. I mean, it's only like it's 3. I know it's only 300 credits. It's like you'd never say 300 credits isn't a big deal at the beginning of the game. But here we are. And this is a vault mission. We're getting paid today, one way or the other. Right, I love it when enemies overlap. That makes the menus very intuitive. It's worth pointing out that drones, as a rule, are completely immune to anything that only knocks people out. You can use lethal damage against drones, and that just destroys them, which still does alarm trackery things, in case you're wondering, but yeah. You can also use EMPs to KO drones, the same way you can use them to disable mainframe devices. Ooh, did not spot that. I don't know how much, there's not much point in moving Prism anywhere, because that's still gonna be a problem, so. We'll be conservative with our hacking for the time being. was supposed to... did the things overlap, and then there was the patrolling one was a drone and the guy was stationary, and it just didn't bother showing the guy, because why would it bother showing the guy? Okay, well, we're gonna have to hack something this turn, because he's gonna spot that. And we can get that far. This is tactical use of net downlink. You just leave a couple things unhacked. Everything else we can investigate at our leisure. Yeah. Oh boy. Well, this could be fun. This is a new guy. This is one of FTM's toys. His gimmick, as you can see very plainly explained in his details, is that they have armor equal to their firewalls. Yeah, they have firewalls. I don't know how this works. They have digital armor, but of course the contrast to that is that because their armor is firewalls, we can hack their armor and turn them into just ordinary unarmored soldiers, and they don't seem to notice this. So I'm just going to casually burn dagger on that. Oh, temporary guard armor, lovely. And what was? I'm sorry, what was that? Why do I no longer have the option to hack that camera? Are you game? You're being annoying. Well, I guess we could stand to have a few less surprises when it comes to demons, even if it is at the cost of having a demon. Just please don't be Paradox. Oh, okay, well, irony. Mask on a demon server. Well, telltale signs of a camera out there.
Guess it was nothing.
Yeah, see, that movement penalty is hurting her. I think she doesn't have the high speed that Internash has. Maybe it was a mistake to give her the gun. She does have the net downlink, though. I think I'll switch it. Excuse me. Right. Switch over the cloak as well. I mean, it seems pretty much a no-brainer that you don't want to have the cloak on both, especially since firing a weapon nullifies the cloak. Now, when this guy turns around, he shouldn't spot us hiding by the nanofab. And if he does, hey, we have the cloak. This is like, what, the 4th net downlink we found? I could have done that gimmick build. Meanwhile, Buster Ship 3 is the most boring, amazing item in the game. This, sorry, excuse me. Right, I hope during that cough break you immediately understand why this item rules so much. It's 4 firewalls, 3 turn cooldown, and doesn't cost power, doesn't require incognita, and we can't afford it. But, you know, we can remember that it's there. I mean, if I was really an idiot, I could sell the Vault Access card in the mission where we're going to get like 1,000 credits just out of the basic, the basic Vault loot. I could do that. Right. Well, so much for demons being hidden.
Demon installed. Mainframe devices rebooting.
Right. Well. Well, I guess I could do some more. I mean, if we hid behind that console, we would be even less detectable. Unfortunately, I can't get out far enough to actually pickpocket any of these guys. Also, I don't think that was actually a safe thing, because I'm pretty sure that this guy goes on a little cheeky diagonal. So, let's not. Right, and if I have egregiously miscalculated and we get seen by both of these guys, we can have Prism cloak and run and KO one, and Internash can run in and shoot the other one. Anyone else for hacking? Nope. Though I do want to do some hacking because I feel like Prism has a little run to make. Ugh. That's kind of annoying. Well, we're going to have to be slightly creative about this, but there's the cameras. It's got credits, still not rich enough to afford the stuff we want, but we can still hack these. Oh, don't know how I feel about this. It's not safe to hide that near this, because this man's going to walk diagonally, and I feel like, well, actually we should be safe because we're behind a wall relative to him. And, you know, once again, we have the fallbacks. And now we're rich enough to afford the Buster chip. You know, it's just the very irritating logistics of actually getting to the nanofab to buy it and then actually doing enough stuff in one turn. I have no idea what the remainder of the layout of this. We found the elevator. I wonder how much more stuff there actually is down here, or maybe even if they're linked. many uncomfortably exciting things. Yeah, this... we should be safe.
Alarm level 1. Additional cameras activated. Don't let them see you.
Ugh. What is your deal? You're stationary, you're looking right at the elevator. That's incredibly annoying. Fortunately, this is the only point in here we can't see, and just because of how these doors work, there can't be anything else there. We could shoot... I mean, why can't... I feel like we should be able to shoot him from there, but... Oh, that's why we couldn't hack that camera. It wasn't on. Well... what kind of... is this an infrared? Okay, we can't see what kind of beam it is. But we know how to turn it off if we have to, but unfortunately turning it off will trigger an authority demon. But I think we probably don't really care about that. I mean, if we change our minds, we have the capacity. You just have to remember that there's a guy down there and that he could be unbelievably annoying. I mean, we could ping and get through, but I don't know. Yeah, we don't normally want to be this indecisive, but we literally have room. You can go and stare at the wall over here. Now, meanwhile... okay, who have we? Okay, we've searched... yeah. No, now that Prism is at max anarchy, actually they're both at max anarchy, so when we search them, we see on their list that they're now expertly searched, which is different from ordinary search. So we could have, like, that just means that we've gotten the role for them to have an extra item. We could have somebody pickpocket them normally, just for their credits, and then we can have someone with max anarchy pickpocket them again, which they won't have the money, but they would have the option for having their bonus item. Speaking of bonus items. Okay, ugh, man. I really want to get to this damn thing now. Because we got so much AP and I want to sell things. I've got like 2 charge... we don't need 2 charge packs. Maybe on the way out. We're gonna have eyes in here anyway, but I just... yeah. Maybe that wasn't such a bad idea. Oh. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. Let's go selling things. Let's get rid of one of those. I mean, may well want to get rid of both of them actually, but I mean, we've got a whole other charge pack back in the boat. And I need inventory space. Well, we're going to have one inventory space. Internash has other inventory space, and I have a feeling they're going to arrive at the vault together. And now we have our max level buster chip, which is an excellent thing to have. You know, there's nothing up there except another console, but I mean, we do need the power.
Okay, we're investigating. Guess it was nothing.
Okay, well... Oh boy. There really super better be nothing in here. Oh, but there's that guy. Oh, man. I mean, this will get us here, so actually, this is not a disaster. What route are you going to take to come back? Okay. Yeah. It's kind of like what I thought. Well, we're gonna have to take a slightly silly risk at this point, because we can't actually hide anywhere from this guy, but yeah. And we're definitely actually gonna have to hack that authority, because we're going to need to come through the laser. I think this one, I mean, it advances the alarm tracker, so it's not a total disaster if we walk through it, but I feel like we probably won't have to, because there kind of has to be this has to be where the vault is. And of course there's another guard there. Did I seriously just forget to pickpocket that guard? He probably had the... whatever. Single alarm tracker doesn't even create an alert.
There's the vault terminal. You'll need to hack that to release the secondary locks.
Right, well, this is a pretty uneventful thing. I mean, apart from the fact that the guy's going to be facing straight to the door, so we can't really do that. I mean, it could mean that we would then lure him out and do a violence, but... And what's with all this? There's another room here, so we might want to have to sit on him while we check that out. There's a terminal. Hey, and there's a sound bug in there. That's the other thing. FTM can occasionally have sound bugs. Normally you'd associate sound bugs with Sankaku missions, but FTM can have them as...
Stop there!
What was that? Investigating.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
What was that? Investigating.
Of course, obviously.
Alarm level 2. Firewalls increased.
Obviously.
More ice to break.
Alright, who's where? Who's overwatched? Ah, hell. Well, this is one of them bad times. Oh, I cannot believe I did that. So here's why this sucks. We can shoot these guys. It's not at all out of the question. Unfortunately, we can only shoot one of them. And then International will be shot. Now, this is, in the grand tradition, salvageable. It's just that we're going to have to go to some effort. And the lot can hinge on a couple of maybe not the most predictable things. My thinking right now is that these two guys are in Overwatch. Prism... oh, see, this is a noticed space. I mean, this could be one of those times when, just by virtue of excitement, we learn some things, but I don't like it, because I don't... even if we manage to get Prism cloaked and down here and, like, melee this guy, we would have to cloak her. Like, I'm not sure if she can walk into this noticed area. Would this guy turn because he's busy watching International? In other words, can we walk, like, the whole way down here before we have to cloak? Anyway, my thinking here is that if we can just deal with two of these guys, we can take them out. We can even go in and hit the vault, and the rest of them will then be searching. It's all going to come down to what are they going to do and which one are we going to shoot. You know, the security guard. These are all just ordinary guards. I don't think any of them even have flash grenades. So who do we shoot? These guys are both going to come in here. I think we want to shoot this guy.
Intruder
We
down.
don't want the corpse interrogating our agents. Do not leave them bleeding on the field.
Now, a couple things are going to happen. These two chucklefucks are going to walk in here. They're all like, these guys are all basically going to walk in here. What I don't know, and would really like to, honestly, is the order in which they're going to walk in here. But I guess it is notable that they're all going that way, which I didn't expect. That's kind of fortuitous. Because I can just hide Prism out here. In fact, I can even do a bit of supply dropping. And I'll only actually be as long as this is all noticed, hidden. You've all gone out of Overwatch.
What was that?
Investigating.
It's listed as stealing. So here's what we're gonna want. Well, actually, it's not a whole lot to this. I kind of want to hold on. This is my problem. I want all of this stuff. I think we might, as much as it pains me, we might actually want to lose the disruptor. This gives us 3 attacks. We could cheese it a bit and use the charge pack here and then take the other charge pack. Or we could use the charge pack and then take the disruptor. That would give us the most options. Oh, why are we... Oh, right, because we... Oh, I fucked it. I haven't fully fucked it, I've just made it enormously inconvenient for myself. Wait, why is he oh, hell, oh, fuck. Hell, shit, fuck. I mean... This actually... still could be worse. Really important fact at this point. Is that they all have to come in here and they have to overwatch us again. And all we have to do is not die. That guy is gonna walk this way, he's gonna see us from there. That guy is gonna walk down there. It might be worth our while to drop the railgun. But I don't feel brave enough to do it. Our mobility is going to be... Yeah, we got 9. Is that... Yeah, it's actually going to be 7. Our next point-blank decision we have to make is, do we use a cloak now? Or do we let ourselves get spotted and then use the cloak? So this guy's probably going to spot us about this point. This guy's going to walk all the way down here. We would then have to walk 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces. We probably wouldn't be able to open the door without being seen. If we cloak now, then neither of the guys are actually going to observe us. I think we should cloak now and possibly attack somebody next turn. So where is that? That nanofab is there. I guess the next point blank decision is, having done that, I mean, I guess this isn't even a question, we're gonna go for the revive. I think we should cloak now. I should not have cloaked now. Oh, God.
Intruder target down.
Target down.
Be
Investigating area.
might. Well, right, yeah, that's. Oh, for God's sake. Well, this is. The entire future of this playthrough is going to hinge on whether or not moving here does what I really hope moving here will do. Because we can't, like before, we can't shoot both of them. It's giving us a surrender option again. I haven't seen that in a while, so I guess everything's fucked unless moving here gets us out of dodge.
Damn it, they got away.
Moving there got us out of dodge. Jesus fucking Christ, guys. Now. What do we do with our newfound not deadness? I mean, obviously we're going to try and finagle a way to get to the vending machine. We're not moving off of this spot because it's kind of optimal for us, so I guess now we do our observe. They're both obviously going to come this way. These guys are going to start waking up in 4 turns. We have a ping. We can hide, but we can't move diagonally through there. So I think our best choice right now is to use the ping. Of course, we can't then move anywhere because, you know. Finally, we can choose at this point to drop the railgun. We're going to have 7 movement per turn. I don't think it's worth dropping the railgun. I think it's too necessary to our not dying-ness. God, this whole thing from a fuck-up. This wasn't even inevitable. This did not need to have happened.
I think someone's down.
But why did you...
Hey, you okay? Looking around.
Well... That wasn't quite how I figured that would go. Should have daggered it. don't like that we're going to lose track of them after this. And those guys are still just over there, messing around. We haven't heard from these guys. I severely do not like that we haven't heard from those guys. They didn't say anything. Once again, I must grapple with my full inventory. Like, everything hinges on where these guys go now. We're gonna go down to 6 movement if we do this. We won't be able to, we're not able to sprint anyway because we're carrying the railgun. And even the paralyzer looks like it might be worth. We can take the gun and just shoot one of them. We can just kill one of them. I mean, that will overload us even more though, and like, we're already at 6, it's very bad. It's really unbelievably bad. You excited folks? Where are they?
Alarm level 3. Additional guard
I mean,
patrols. They are coming for you.
that guy's gonna come out of that door. He's gonna see us. That guy's gonna fucking wake up. We have the disruptor. When that guy sees us, we can attack. I don't know what way he's facing. I mean, he was facing into that room, so he shouldn't face us. Don't know where these guys are. They're not here. I don't know how likely it is that they'll be able to see us, but like, the fact is we're not going to be able to shoot them and shoot this guy, because if we get spotted, then this guy's going to go what, and he's going to turn and look behind him, and he's going to spot us as well. We can't stay here though, because that guy is going to fuck everything up. So I feel like we don't really have a choice. I don't know, we can shoot him. We can shoot him now and keep him down for another 5. Let's do that actually. And let's get sightliney. If any of them see us from besides here, we'll be able to get into cover. And as long as this guy doesn't walk out here, through here, and through there.
Investigating area.
Oh. We've got our ping back. Okay. 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 Wow. Jesus fucking Christ, you guys. I can't handle this.
Investigating area.
Investigating area.
I mean... why not? I almost fell into the trap of wanting to sprint into this room, and then I remembered there was a sound bug in here. Two, actually. I suppose it's worth pointing out that, yes, if you ping a sound bug, it will cause it to trigger. Okay. This will probably cause one of them to want to come in here, but we should see it coming. No? Is it after we pilfer stuff? Also, who's got what chips again? I forget. Okay, you've got the Buster 1. And I'm astonishingly curious about this room. I feel like it's an empty hallway though.
They'll change their codes after this. That one's useless to us now.
Any of these demon? No, none of them are demoned. Okay. I really thought this would cause a proximity alarm or something.
Must be jumping.
Alarm level 4. Additional guard patrols. They are coming for you.
Right, and... Right, well, who's got the... So that guy is gonna want to know what's up. If he's looking this way, he's probably gonna want to come in here. And I feel like probably the most predictable thing, and at this point I would really, really like to minimize the number of remaining surprises, is to just open this door. Wow, did he not see that? Well, maybe he's coming in here. Is he actually even still there? I mean, I would assume that he's there. If he's just woken up.
Looking around.
We're investigating the scene.
Right, well, we have not a whole lot of time before that guy comes through that door and, you know, continues his grand tradition of screwing things up for me. We're not getting out of here before that. So I guess we might as well. Hit this guy again. And then hide. I presume that guy's coming in here. He's gonna see that guy and he's gonna be like, hey, what? And I guess if we have to, we can shoot him.
Investigating.
Like, I really thought the nature of this thing was an enforcer was gonna show up. Right, one last thing not to fuck up. By now I believe we have our ping back.
What was that? Investigating. What was that? Investigating. Investigating. What was that?
Okay.
We're having a look around here.
Okay. Okay.
Looking around.
Do believe okay, one more turn. But I do believe we're clear.
Alarm level 5. Enforcers deployed. Do not fight them. You will not.
What was that?
Yeah, they come in. Well, folks, I would be a goddamn liar if I told you that I had any idea how we keep salvaging
Now we have
these.
to find a way to spend our newfound fortune.
Like, I am the world's worst operator for getting into these situations, and I am the world's best operator for getting out of these situations. This whole thing was one gigantic, glorious train wreck. Like, I can say with certainty that I do not deserve to still be playing this file.
I've got something you might be interested in. I need a quick decision. This
Oh,
thing's
hell yes. Biogenic dart it's a dart. It's a ranged weapon. It's non-lethal, and it has infinite ammo, but a 7-turn cooldown, and it has 2 armor piercing. This rules unbelievably.
Now be careful with that. I don't want to lose a loyal customer.
Now, we want more carrying space. It's a close thing, but we're almost able to max out our carrying space, actually. But I think if Internash is going to be continuing to haul that railgun around, she is going to want more speed. And if I want to do any more, I'm going to have to sell the charge pack. But then again, like, I'm starting to think this thing might be more trouble than it's worth. Fun as it's been to carry around, but like it's got armor piercing 4, which we don't need right now. And we've just picked up the biogenic dart. So I think this one about Serve could give it to Prism, and she could be like, she could be net down linking it up all the time. You can use it to shoot people sometimes. But both of them have got armor piercing now, and Prism has a cloak on top of it, so I think it'll work. I think it's good. Now, I think I said that was the last mission. I'm going to stand by that, but we are going to see the next little bit of dialogue before we close it out, because, like, holy shit, I need to not play this game for, like, 5 minutes.
Power reserve critical. Personality wave collapse imminent.
Monster, tell me some good news.
The signal still isn't resolving. Well, I didn't want to have to do this, but I may know where we can buy you a reprieve.
I trust you're not holding out on us. Derek, you know the gravity of our situation.
Of course I do. But you can't expect me to lead with the business suicide option every time one of my friends gets into trouble. If I betray a client's confidence, it will take me years to rebuild my credibility. If you were anyone else, I wouldn't even consider this.
And I appreciate it greatly. We'll do our best to compensate you if we get through this alive.
Indeed you shall. One of my regular clients is a senior corporate researcher, works on real hush-hush stuff. Rumor is she's building a high-capacity quantum reservoir. They're looking to use it as a life raft for holograph psyches. Apparently, the CEO is afraid of dying and wanted a plan B. It has enough resolution to hold an entire human mind in stasis for 100 years. It should be able to hold your AI in active state for at least a couple of hours between charges, well, give or take.
It's a long shot, but we have no other leads. Plotting a course now.
I'll meet you there. If I'm going to lose all my credibility on this operation, I want to see it in person.
Okay, this is the big mid-game mission. It unlocks automatically when you hit day 4, you have no choice but to do it, and despite it saying 7 hours and it's 2 AM on day 4, we will go straight into day 5 after this. It's its own particular thing, and it's great, I can't wait to show it to you, but it's going to have to wait because my heart is going to beat out of my chest if I keep this up any longer. Jesus Christ. I can't take this, I can't take this. It's too much. That said, I'm gonna see you again for more of this that I just said that I can't take at a not really sure when. As usual, it might be tomorrow, it might not be. Who knows, it's all a big mystery. I'm gonna figure it out, and it's gonna be a lot of fun, and despite everything I just said, I cannot wait to get back to this because I am having the time of my life right now, even if I do kind of want to die. Bye.